Good morning to everyone out there. Welcome to this video. In this one, we're gonna be talking about something I've been getting asked about a whole bunch on this channel over the last 6 months as I've started to fill up the garage a little bit more, get more cars. I wanted to touch on the financial end of the cars and why I actually buy them in cash. Now, it's about 100 degrees outside, so I'm definitely going back inside here in a moment, but I wanted to give you a quick little kind of, I guess, tour of the garage. So the first car that I have is the Lamborghini Huracan. This is a loaner from Audi North Scottsdale. So this is kind of the replacement. Just pretend this is my Audi R8. The air compressor, I believe it's called, for the air conditioning completely busted inside of there. So they're up fixing it for like a week or two. So they gave me this literal brand new Audi with like 100 miles on it. So it's been pretty fun driving that around. So there's the Lambo, the R8, my first car, the BMW M4, and then this is not mine, and then this is actually not my GTR, but I have the same exact one. So this is FBO, about 650-ish horsepower, and can spit some mean flames, but I have a Nissan GTR that is currently in the shop and about to be sold, actually. So what I want to do, I want to explain why I've purchased them in cash. I've purchased 4 vehicles in cash, and I've financed this one. So I want to talk about exactly why, make it make sense, break down the business and financial end of it. So if that's something you're looking forward to, let me know by dropping the like down below. I'd appreciate it, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Now it's real bright out and real hot, so I'm going to go inside and let's dive right in. Okay, so let's touch on this subject. Now, I wanted to just start out by saying, personally, this is not something I ever really thought that I would talk about, just because usually when it comes to like my own finances, when it comes to like stuff I choose to do with my money, that's something where, well, it's kind of private. So the reason that I end up making this video and certain videos like this is because there's one golden rule I have here on YouTube and to anything I decide to put online. The reason that I'm even doing this YouTube channel, the reason that there's anything behind this and the way it started, is because I wanted to create the content that was not available when I was getting started in the business world. So for me, it's not hard to come up with an idea, because all I have to say and think to myself is, well, what did I struggle with, right? What was not available? What was I curious about? And one of the things that's always been one of my huge and biggest passions is fast cars. So yes, it leads to a life of tickets and being in trouble with the police and having fun, and it is expensive, but it's something I've always valued. I've always been really excited about it and super passionate. So I definitely wanted to touch on like the financial end of it, because I mean, you can't get a car unless you know how to structure it properly, or just have a bunch of money so that you don't care. So for me, number one thing that comes in any situation, before a business decision, before I loan someone money, purchase food, buy a car, we'll go on a trip, whatever. The number one thing is always finances, right? That always takes priority, okay? So right now where I'm at, it has to make sense financially. So I want to explain a couple of the reasons that people, not just myself, but I know a lot of people and a lot of friends of mine who actually purchased their vehicles, most of them or all of them, in cash, okay? There's different options of how you can buy a car. You can buy it in cash, right? Own it full, outright, title's yours, car's yours, boom, clean and done. You could finance the vehicle, okay? Or what you could do is you could lease the car, okay? And I guess technically you could rent too, but that's usually short term. So there's a couple of different benefits. It depends on what you're trying to do with it. Are you trying to make it a business write-off? Maybe you don't have a company, you're just trying to buy a Ferrari for yourself and you're trying to have fun. There's a few structures of what you can do, and I'll explain how I structure my companies to be able to buy these cars and have it make sense in a little bit later, probably 5 or 10 minutes, okay? So first of all, again, the cars that I own in cash, I own the Lamborghini Huracan. Okay, that vehicle right now is probably worth about $275,000. The reason it's worth that much, I have not made a video on it. You will be seeing that soon. It is not, absolutely not stock. Now, I also own the Nissan GTR, which is hopefully getting sold soon. I'll explain that. I own the Audi R8, which is hopefully getting sold soon. I don't have a buyer lined up for that one yet. And then I own the BMW M4, not in cash. I do have a significant amount of equity in that vehicle, but I still do owe on it. Now, the reason that I financed that car from the get-go, I just got such a low interest rate, and it was at a time where I was about to become 18 within 4 or 5 months, and for me, it made sense to build my credit, put some history behind it, it on a decently sized payment. I think the payment's like $980 a month or something. So, I was always transparent about that. I made a video about it and why I did it, back when I actually purchased the vehicle when I was just 17. So, to me, the reason that I buy them in cash, okay? Because for me, I'm not going to go buy something if I don't have the money for it. I mean, unless you're talking about like a big investment or real estate deal. But when it's something where, cars for me are fun, right? If I was just losing money on every car and like, let's say I go buy an R8 and like 4 months later I'm down 10 grand, I would not be buying the car. I could give a damn about the car. So for me, it's the finances. So I buy them in cash for 2 reasons, okay? First of all, because I have the money and I don't want to see the money in my bank. This is psychology, okay? When you have liquid cash sitting in a bank, sitting in your wallet, sitting in your room, in your mattress, under your bed, and you got a lot of money. Here's the thing. You're gonna start to some degree feel comfortable, right? If you're someone where you've never had more than $1,000 in your bank and boom, you're sitting on $20,000, I guarantee you will be less motivated most of the time to do something. You're not gonna work as hard and you're not gonna make as much money. Most people, not all people, most people don't tend to push when they're in a position that's better than they normally are. So I like to get rid of my money. And as weird as that sounds, I loan people money, I do hard money lending, I pay my taxes in advance, I buy things in cash. I do things of that nature because I don't want to see the money. I want to get rid of it. I want to keep working and generating new capital. So for me, that's one reason why I do that with the vehicles. I make it make sense. Technically, there's 3 reasons. The second one here is because I can get out of it like that. I don't have to go worry about talking to the lender, paying off the loan, then transferring the title. Like it is boom, clean, done. Now the third reason, and this is what actually allows you to purchase the vehicle, is you're usually not able to buy a good deal if you're not buying it in cash. Now this goes back to the whole being able to make money on a car, which we can dive in later videos. I'll give you a quick rundown in this one in a moment. But to buy a good deal on a car, someone else is going to beat you to it every single time if you don't buy it right then and there. I've recently lost out on a brand new with 300 miles Porsche GT3 RS for $179,000, which was probably $25,000 undervalued. I missed out on a Ferrari 488 GTB, which I could have made about $15,000 or $20,000 on as well. I missed out on another Nissan GTR. I might be buying another one in a minute just for a flip that actually might go through today. I think that's the only deals I've missed out on. So the reason you have to buy it in cash is because when something's undervalued and when someone wants to sell it and they have to get rid of it, for example, the Ferrari, this guy was moving back to Italy. He has no choice but to sell the car. So he lists it $20,000 cheaper than any other one. It's sold within 10 hours, right? I was gonna go meet him. He's like, sorry, buddy, it's sold. I'm like, well, shit. So, it's what happens. So to buy a good deal, you have to be a cash buyer or you need an investor to be able to give you that cash because almost every time you're gonna lose out on the deal. So I actually just loaned someone almost $100,000 so that they could purchase a vehicle in cash that they will make a lot of money on. The deal would be gone if they didn't buy it quickly. So, and I'll make money on the loan. That's a separate thing I do to make money is loaning money. But, that's something where, again, to find a good deal, you typically have to be able to execute on that deal very quickly because when something is just a good deal in comparison to the market value, someone's going to buy it very quickly. Okay. So now I want to talk about my cars specifically, what led me to purchase those ones, because some of you might have seen, I bought the BMW M4 and I didn't buy anything for maybe 14 months or so. And then within 6 months, I buy a Lamborghini, a GTR, an Audi R8, a car for my grandpa, which was like a brand new BMW X3 M40i. I bought like 4 more cars, and I'm not even talking. The number you see in the title doesn't include the vehicle I purchased for my grandpa, which was paid in cash. That was a gift to him from me. That's his. I'm talking about my cars, okay? That is his. So for me, I bought the Lamborghini from someone that I kind of knew, and I bought it because it was a little bit under market value at the time. It was a pretty decent deal, and it was something where it wasn't stock. It was not a stock vehicle. It already had a lot done to it, and to me that was attractive because I was going to do those things anyways, and it would cost money, it would take time, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to enjoy the vehicle. So I bought that vehicle. I'm not going to get too into that one because we're doing a lot of stuff to it right now, and I want to save that for a future video because it goes way more in depth on the price and the performance and whatever. So the 2 vehicles right now that were purely financial investments, like as weird as it sounds, I like the cars, they're fun to drive. I don't care about these 2 cars. Like I don't, like I have no, to be honest, one of them I don't even enjoy to drive. So the GTR and the Audi R8, those vehicles were solely for the purpose of flipping them. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the structure of the legal end of it and the taxes in a moment. But flipping those cars, the GTR, I believe we already have a buyer about to send the money. He's still talking to his bank, but I'll get in once it's locked in. But I'm trying to make about 6% on that vehicle, and then on the Audi R8, which is a higher price vehicle, I'll probably make like 4 to 5%. So, it's a quick couple week turnaround, maybe a month. I get to have the car, have fun. So for me, it's something where it just makes sense, right? I'm not going to lose money, get rid of the money. I don't see it in my bank, keep working hard, have a cool car in the garage. Maybe you guys get to enjoy it on the channel, have a lot of fun, get to experience all these cool things that I never had before, and make money on top of it. It's literally the financial cherry on top, right? So for me, it's something that just makes a lot of sense. Now, the tax end of things, all of my cars are purchased with after-tax money. And here's the difference. Some people try to deduct it. They try to make things a write-off. And while you could maybe skate away with, writing off certain things when you're buying a vehicle, when you're leasing it, that might be a little bit of a different scenario depending on your company. The way that I structure it, I have a one member, myself, LLC. Okay, so one LLC with one member. So that's just me. Now, you can't really own multiple business vehicles underneath a company where there's only one person because there's no reason. So the IRS is going to look at you and they're like, why? Why do you need multiple cars? You don't, especially luxury cars and supercars. So fair enough, right? One vehicle under that company. Now, I have a separate company, a legal entity that was formed solely for the purpose of flipping vehicles to make a profit. So the after-tax money that I make, I fund into this business, a certain amount of it. So that money, the vehicles that you're seeing are purchased out of that company. Now, that company's goal is to flip the car and make a profit. Now, regardless of if that company turns a profit or not, it doesn't matter, right? It's just how you legally structure it. Now, I think that company will turn a profit. There's another vehicle I'm looking at where hopefully I'll make a pretty decent return. I'm just all about having fun, content, and being able to make money. So, I think it will definitely turn a profit. A couple small deals, you hit a big whale here or there, and you might lose a little on one or two, but whatever. So for me, it makes sense. Now, that's just a little bit in depth on how I structure it legally. So for me, it's all about being able to jump on an opportunity. This is why, if you want to start doing something like this, like flipping cars, like I don't have any experience in buying like lower end cars just because I never did. I never had an interest. And to be honest, when I only had a very small amount of money, I was just focused on growing my business. So for me, being able to purchase a higher priced vehicle will typically open the door for you to be able to make more money off of flipping that vehicle. So study the market. It's very similar to real estate. You're gonna have to study the market. You're gonna have to watch for a lot of deals, build some connections, and then they're gonna start getting presented in front of you. So that's something where I've been putting in a lot of work with that for a while, and that's why I never bought any cars except for my initial one, and which I lost my ass on that M4, by the way. Like that BMW has lost me. I bought it for 56. I put 8 into it initially. So I'm in at like 65,000. I've probably paid at least 10 grand in insurance on it, another 8 to 10 grand in gas. I mean, I'm in that car like probably 75, 80 grand, not including speeding tickets and raising insurance and whatever. And then it's probably worth like mid 40s. So yeah, that car's depreciation by itself has lost me more than like the Lamborghini will. Now, you factor in the insurance on a Lamborghini, that's a whole other situation. But just understanding that, I've been learning a lot about that game. You can actually make a profit by driving a vehicle that's fun to you. So for me, it makes a lot of sense. That's why I purchased them in cash. I don't know how it works for vehicles because I've never tried to do this, but I know with real estate, you can go buy it in cash. You can go buy a house or whatever, a piece of real estate in cash, and you can go refinance it through the bank. So if you have the money but you don't want to spend it, go put the money up front to purchase it. Again, I don't know 100%, don't quote me on it if it works for vehicles. I think you probably could, or find a private loan. But you could go buy it in cash and then go pull out a loan to make up the difference. So you could figure something out like that if you wanted to, if you really tried. But again, to jump on a good deal, if you don't want to lose a lot of money on a vehicle, excuse me, you're going to definitely have to study the market a little bit. You're going to have to put in some work, and you're probably going to have to buy the vehicle in cash. So for me, that's why it makes sense. It has allowed me to purchase vehicles that will make me more money. Okay, it's really as simple as that. That's something I'm always focused on. As you guys see here on the channel, we talk a lot about businesses, finances, things to make more money, whether you're just starting or trying to scale a business. That to me is what I do in my free time for fun. you know, as nerdy as that sounds, but that's what allows me to then be able to like literally buy my dream cars and have them in my garage to have fun and also make money. It's like the best of both worlds, I guess. Ooh, I can't even talk, but best of both worlds for sure, so that I can, you know, have fun and really be able to do that. I'm definitely blessed to have some connections with that, some friends that, you know, have opened up certain doors for me in that industry. So it's been really cool. If you guys have any questions at all, maybe about a specific vehicle or a vehicle you're looking to purchase, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I'm usually very active inside of there, looking to help you guys out in any situation or anything you want help with. So just drop it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. And with that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I don't know which side it's on. I always get it wrong. Anyways, both sides. Subscribe down below. And again, we post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on this channel. So feel free to browse around. I think a few weeks back, you can go check out the video of myself buying the GTR, buying the R8. I had a filmer. We did a bunch of really cool stuff with that video. So, you know, a lot of really fun stuff. You can go check it out on the channel. Most of it is business oriented. So if that's not really your cup of tea, then just skim through certain videos. We do like to have fun. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you got any value out of it or enjoyed this little talk about cars and want me to do anything more, showing vehicles, the certain flips, maybe documenting one flip completely, showing you the exact numbers behind it, just let me know in the comments down below and make sure to drop a like on the video. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.